So there's this commercial going viral online, Budweiser commercial. Dwyane Wade, last year was his last year in the league, and he swapped jerseys with other players in the league. So the commercial is these 5 people bring them their jerseys, quote unquote, and explain to Dwyane how important he's been to them in their lives, in bad moments in their lives, times where they're down and out, and Dwyane Wade was actually there to pick them up. Complete strangers, people that Dwyane did not know, people that did not know Dwyane, but you just know Dwyane cares, right? And so it just inspired me. It moved me to tears. And so it just inspired me to record and tell my story and why I love the 49ers and why they're such a big part of myself, and why sports itself is just such a big part of me, and why I love it so much, and why I do a podcast, and why I think sports is important to society and just overall everybody. How it can just touch lives and make a difference. So I'm going to tell my story about the day I fell in love with the 49ers, and the day I fell in love with sports, and the day I knew sports was going to be a part of my life forever. Go check it out. It'll be on my Facebook page at The Far Side of Sports. It'll also be on my Twitter at Brian Guzman 15. It'll also be up on my YouTube channel, which is The Far Side of Sports. So go check it out. Please let me know what you guys think, and I hope it inspires someone else to maybe make a video and explain why they love sports, or inspire someone else to go out and do something that makes a difference in their life, or maybe someone else's life, or maybe just gives them a different perspective on sports itself. So have a good day. We'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Okay, so it was January 3rd, 1998, and the 49ers were playing the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round, and I'm already a pretty big 49er fan at this point in my life. It was the way I was raised, right? And we had been bounced out by Green Bay a lot in the playoffs in the recent years. And so, of course, the mindset as a fan is even when I was 10 years old, about 10 anyway, of course, the thought is there's no way we could lose to these guys again. We cannot lose to Green Bay again, especially at home. Just the way the season had been going, we could not lose to Green Bay again. It was not an option. Now I'm going to get to the sadder part of the story. So that day, my mom had gone off to work. My dad was there watching us, and my mom and dad, they fought a lot. And my dad left that day. Left me and my brother home alone. It was the day my family broke apart, and that alone can change the course of some young person's life, I think, as we all know. I just remember being at the door begging him not to go, literally on my hands and knees begging him to stay, but he did it. And so I found myself kind of lost. What do I do? I'm home alone with my younger brother. Do I just watch the game and try to deal with this hurt later, or what do I do? I wasn't really sure what to do. And ultimately I said, no, you know what? I gotta watch the game. So I turned on the game and I started watching the game, and of course it ended up being an instant classic, an NFL classic wild card game, maybe the greatest wild card game there's ever been played. Back and forth, lead changes, multiple lead changes, and Green Bay goes down. They score a touchdown late in the fourth, take the lead 27-23, and it was kind of like this, damn, here we go again. We just let Favre and the Packers rip our hearts out one more time. And then Steve Young drives the team down the field. And with 8 seconds left, he takes a snap and almost falls down. And it was only a split second that he jerked to, tripped. And I remember thinking to myself, I put my hands on, I said, "No, Steve, please stay up." And I remember saying to myself that, it was only a split second that he tripped and we gained his balance. But it felt like an eternity. And I felt like a million thoughts were running through my mind. That was definitely one of them. "Please, Steve, stay on your feet." And he did. He regained his feet and he fired it in there. Probably the best pass he's ever thrown, in between 3 or 4 Packer defenders, right into Terrell Owens' hands. And Terrell held on to it and we won the game. And I had never been more happy in my life. A 10, 11-year-old, I had never been happier. It was the most roller coaster day of my entire life. There's only probably one other day that was more emotional in my entire life. It was so amazing. The pain and the struggle I went through that day, and then to have that payoff, it was unbelievable. There's nothing else like it. And after that play and after that game, I knew the 49ers, they would be a part of my life forever, and sports would be a part of my life forever. Because at the lowest point in my young life at that point, I couldn't have been any lower. My dad didn't want to be my dad anymore. But in that moment, in that second, it didn't matter. Nothing else mattered. All that mattered is that we scored and we were going to win and we were going to move on. And that's why sports is so important to me. Because on my deepest, darkest day, it can raise me up. And that's what sports can do. That's what sports can do for people. That's what sports does for people. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Please, I hope you tell your own. I hope this maybe changes your perspective on sports as a whole, maybe. Maybe if it doesn't change anything, I just hope maybe you were entertained. And this is a little something that you could take with you for the rest of your day, the rest of your week, through the weekend. And have a good one. We'll see you. Go Niners. Yeet. Bang, bang.
8 seconds left. Got to go to the end zone now.
They have to go to the end zone now and hope that they either score a touchdown or they get it within 8 seconds so they get another play.
3-man rush, and Young stumbles on the way back and fires up the middle. Pass is caught by Owens. Owens made the catch. Oh,
this is amazing.
Seconds left. It's 30-27 San Francisco.
And the 49ers are getting a monkey off their back today.
Unbelievable.
He stuck with it though, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Terrell Owens, he was dropping balls, he was doing everything. But not only did he stick with it, but Steve Young stuck with him. The Packers were in a prevent defense. The 49ers only had one play. They chose the pass to go to the end zone and go to this guy right here.
That scoring drive took them 9 plays, 76 yards, a minute and 53 seconds. They left 3 on the clock.
And I said just before that, this is why they pay these guys the big money, and they got to earn the money. And Terrell Owens is one of the guys that the 49ers have to sign.